Today on the Topic Show, Vivek on the Biden-Trump debate possibly being a setup. Biden claims that black men are being hunted during a commencement speech. J.K. Rowling retweets a mother who gets threats for standing up for female athletes. Jurassic World Kids Show has a lesbian kiss that sparks controversy. Oakland, California is replacing traffic lights with stop signs due to theft. Honda to invest $65 billion into manufacturing EVs. Red Lobster files for bankruptcy. THC-infused drinks ignite controversy. Mercedes-Benz workers vote no to the UAW. And Ford, BMW, and Honda recalled nearly 200,000 vehicles. All of that and much more on The Topping Show. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Today's episode of The Topping Show is proudly sponsored by Topping Technologies. Topping Technologies is an IT value-added reseller and services company with a special proficiency in IT security. Heck, I see their founder released twice a day. I see he's quite handsome and brilliant. He's me, see that's a joke. If you're an IT leader or a business owner, you can reach the team at sales@toppingtechnologies.com. Also, try to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you could click that button and tell your friends, I would greatly appreciate it. Now, going over to the business part of the podcast, you have Honda to invest $65 billion to build 7 new EVs, which is quite a pretty penny to say the least. Now, this is brought to us most appropriately through Electrek, which is perhaps one of the best named websites in terms of you kind of know what you're getting. And this is by Peter Johnson. They say, quote, Honda plots to spend $65 billion investment to build 7 new EVs as it looks for a comeback or a downfall, depending on how you're looking at the glass half full or half empty. Which, if you're just tuning in, the design almost looks like the bastardized DeLorean. It almost looks like a fish, big, wide mouth. And it has like it looks like an LED panel almost for a grill, because again, EVs don't need grills. And again, Sea Turtle Honda would be very disappointed. The founder of the Honda, great book I just read last month. It is actually Driving Honda by Jeffrey Rothenfinder. And yeah, spoiler alert, they founded the company, the founder actually started Honda with piston rings. That was one of the first products he ever invented. He ended up ironically selling them to Toyota. Didn't work out so well, a lot of defects, and he went to school, made it better and better. I mean, a big part of Honda's company from not day one, but early as motorcycles, then is also just every type of motor you could think of. That's why some of the best bulletproof generators on the planet are Honda generators, which are going to be illegal in California because they don't like internal combustion engines. So when they shut down the electric grid, inevitably in California, you won't even be able to power your own home with a generator. But I partially digress. The whole history of Honda is manufacturing the best, most durable internal combustion engines on the market. And I don't almost say bar none, but Toyota obviously gives them a good run for the money as well, being enormously successful. Now, this is coming as, again, you see the whole trend of EVs is slowing down to not a snail's pace, perhaps a vintage Prius's pace, since, interestingly enough, the new Prius is pretty fast, but a vintage one is mostly trash, because like all EVs, after a certain amount of time, the battery dies, and it's just terrible. Now, they note that CEO Toshiro Mai laid out automakers' new strategy last Thursday, claiming that Honda has not changed its belief that EVs are the most effective solution, unquote. Now, they say Honda believes it can compete in small electric vehicles and motorbike segment. In the long term, Honda is confident that EV adaptation will continue to rise. The company wants to take advantage of the period of EV popularization, which will happen in the second half of the 2020s. Let's see. Well, EVs are very expensive to make. You also have a lot of overhead, a lot of research and development. Then you have China, which doesn't have unlimited resource allocation, but they can subsidize a lot of companies like BYD, and they're already coming out with the most aggressive price points in the market, bar none. The only reason they haven't gotten here yet is because of the government basically stopping them. The U.S. government basically saying you can't import it yet. Now, they say throughout this new strategy, Honda aims for a 5% return on sales for its EV business in 2030, aiming to make it self-sustaining. Yeah, they also have a new series called the Honda Zero Series is expected to play a role. The 2 new concepts, the Saloon and Space Hub, were revealed at CES in January. So they're naming a car a Saloon and a Space Hub. At least it's not numbers like BMW. And they look, I don't say comical, but yeah, they say it'll launch in 2026. China, Honda will introduce 10 new EVs by 2027, represent 100% of auto sales in the region by 2035. And again, they think it's going to be their big future, which they're already very far behind. Tesla being the 800-pound gorilla in the room, taking a majority of the market share. And again, with EV adoption rates are decreasing. The only reason we're getting more and more EVs is the government is putting a gun to people's heads and forcing them to buy them, and giving massive tax incentives to do so. It also gives the government more control over your life because then you just shut off your car at a moment's notice by just sending a little signal to the vehicle, which, let's be honest, they will probably inevitably do because governments do what governments do, both left or right, whatever we want to call it. But yeah, it's interesting. They're going to invest, again, $65 billion, and they're going to move away from the core competency that made them what they are today. Very risky move. Again, will EV really be the future? Is this just shot in the pan? Every company is also talking about hydrogen. We've had that concept for decades. The bottleneck in that being, who could actually profitably manufacture, distribute, and resell the hydrogen fuel. That's the bottleneck in that particular equation. That's stopping the mass adaptation of that technology. But let me know, would you ever buy a Honda EV? Now, personally, obviously, you know me, hell no. Every car I have will always have 3 pedals, also known as manual transmission, and a nice engine, because I like to smile when I drive anywhere. And my good old Honda Civic SI, with 3 pedals, as all vehicles should have by default, they will hit 200, 300,000 miles. Because I have a good old ICE engine that my local mechanic could work on. And if I had perhaps a little bit more mechanically inclined, I could do it myself if I chose to do so. EVs, you're locked in. It's like a smartphone and basically disposable. So personally, no. But let me know in the comments. As always, it'd be fascinating to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you could click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, leave a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment is a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.